But you have the cops now. Once you have the cops behind you, you're on a tractor.
Although,
just put it in park and get out and surrender. Because what did he think? I mean, we always see the guys in the cars. We go, what are they thinking? But at least they're capable most times of going 80, 90, 100 miles an hour, right? The dude's putting along on a tractor.
just somewhere to go.
Why did he want to steal a tractor? If he had the wherewithal to steal a tractor, I assume he could have stolen almost any vehicle that he wanted. Although maybe there's something with tractors that they don't. I suppose tractors don't have like microchip encoded key fobs and things like that.
They just have regular keys.
They just have an old-fashioned metal key. So maybe it's like, look, I'm never going to get into a Lexus. I'm never getting away with a Lexus, but a tractor, easy pickings.
But see, then you go to tractor hierarchy. Was it a John Deere?
Oh, Peterbilt?
Ford? Was it a Peterbilt? Was it a, I mean...
What do you think the top speed of the fastest production tractor is?
Oh,
And I'm asking it like I either know the answer...
Do you know the answer?
No.
Okay.
Or am capable of finding the... Oh, okay. I have an answer. Do you want to take a guess?
25 miles an hour? 30 miles an hour?
There is a tractor, a JCB Fast Track 8000. It is the fastest tractor in the world. And it has a maximum speed of 103.6 miles an hour.
Dang.
Wow. Why would you ever need to drive a tractor that fast?
I don't know, because...
Unless you've stolen it and you're trying to get away from the cops.
I mean, I guess I just think of tractors in the fields and you're picking up hay or you're shucking something or
it's not a high-speed... Tractors are not high-speed endeavor. Hey, let's see. Is this computer hot, Tyler? All right. I don't know if there's going to be a voiceover for this or whatever, but it's a very short video about the Fast Track 8000 tractor.
Ooh.
Discover the speed. The fastest production tractor in the world. It looks like a regular tractor. I mean, it doesn't look like a nitro-burning funny car tractor. I guess there's no... All right, there's no voice. I thought maybe we'd get a dulcet-toned announcer talking about it. So there it is, and it just, it looks like a cool tractor, and I guess it can go super, super fast.
All right.
You want to end on this story of a cop saving a guy's life?
You know, when you get pulled over by the cops and you have drugs in the car, we've heard this story before. Some people think it's a brilliant idea. The drugs are in a baggie. I'll just swallow the baggie. Well, a cop in Ohio had to save a man from choking on his bag of weed after he pulled him over. So he said, "Where are you going in such a hurry?" You hear the cop ask the driver of the car. And all of a sudden then, you hear, "Are you all right? Can you breathe?" Well, the cop then takes the man to the side of the road, starts performing the Heimlich maneuver on him several times, and you see something fly out of this guy's mouth and fall to the ground. Guy sits on the ground after the close call. They examine what it is, and of course, it was a bag of weed. And the Ohio State Patrol put on Twitter, "Don't try to swallow a bag of drugs prior to getting pulled over in an attempt to keep a trooper from finding them."
And that's good advice. Now, there's another stream of advice. Just make sure you use really, really, really small bags. And always keep, like, a hint water or, keep a beverage, a legal to have in your car beverage there to wash it down. I bet he didn't have anything to wash it down. I'm just saying, good on the cop who handled it. He was only concerned with the guy's safety.
Am I the only one who's concerned about Wayne's whole thought process here of the small bag and the hint water and the fact that he's drinking a hint water right now?
Here's your choice. No. Here, and then we'll go. Here's your choice.
Okay.
I tell people, if you're going to run around with drugs in a bag, and you're the kind of person who would be inclined to try to hide evidence, Make sure you only have very, very, very small, easy-to-swallow bags and something to wash it down. That's choice one. Choice two, people die.
All right, fine, choice one.
Thank you. Let's get some news from Jennifer Jones-Lee, and then everybody's waving goodbye to somebody, but I don't think he's leaving for a long time. So why is everybody already waving goodbye like he's out of here? It's Kfi Am 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
No need to keep hitting refresh. We got this. KSI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Hello again, Heat. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. More dangerous triple-digit temperatures are forecast for parts of SoCal. An excessive heat warning is in effect in the Antelope Valley till 9 tonight. Meteorologist Kristen Stewart with the National Weather Service tells Wake Up Call there could be a break in the heat next week with the possibility of some rain.
But yeah, do you have potential for next week's heat? They could bring some monsoonal moisture, so there could be some summer storms.
She says in the meantime, though, a strong upper-level high-pressure system will keep conditions hot. Oregon has California flexing.
A big fire in south central Oregon has interrupted the flow of electricity from the Pacific Northwest into California just as record heat has settled over much of the state. And because of that, CalISO has declared another flex alert for today from 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock. The grid operator was just a step away from rolling blackouts over the weekend as 5,500 megawatts were knocked offline. With an expected increase in demand as the work week starts, the grid operator is asking people to conserve energy where they can. Chris Ancarlo, KFI News.
News is brought to you by the Cunning Dental Group. The number of COVID-19 cases is increasing in LA County. Officials say there have been more than 1,000 new cases every day for 3 straight days. They say there were 1,113 cases yesterday. County Public Health Director Barbara Ferrer says it points to the continuing spread of the highly infectious Delta variant, which was first detected in India. She says it's a major threat to the 4 million people who are still not vaccinated in the county. The LAPD says illegal street racing is up 27% from this time last year.
And it shows no signs of slowing down.
Is this a problem? It is a problem. You know, we get anywhere from, groups of 50 to groups of 300, 400 that show up at certain locations.
That's Captain Andy Nyman, officer in charge of the department's Valley Traffic Division. He took me along last night on an undercover operation aimed at catching racers and impounding cars where necessary. 2 teams were working to stop races and stunt driving before it happened. At one point, cars started coming at us on Foothill Boulevard after cops broke up a race. Nyman says 3 deaths and a number of injuries may be connected with illegal racing, and he says it's like a game of whack-a-mole. They stop one, another pops up, sometimes minutes later. The op last night netted 81 citations and 3 arrests. In Panorama City, Steve Gregory, KFI News.
And Pope Francis will spend a few more days in the hospital in Rome as he recovers from his intestinal surgery. The Vatican had said he could be released by the end of last week, but now says he'll stay a few more days as part of his rehabilitation therapy. The Pope appeared in public for the first time yesterday since his surgery last Sunday. It's slow on the 5 in Santa Ana.
Sure is. Bear with us here. We're having a few technical issues. We'll get it all straightened out, though. But yes, coming up from well around the 57 and all that, the Orange Crush a little slow up to about Buena Park, and then again around the 605 I-5 interchange. But after that, well, we'll just call it morning drive slow going into the East LA interchange. Some more problems for the northbound 405 now going through Crossing, going through the 110. There's a problem at Western. That's getting out of your way, but still a little slow from before the 110 coming up from around Wilmington. East LA interchange, again, it's getting real busy. Might have a new problem that we're checking out right now. North 710 to the North 5, some issues there. But other than that, not too bad. The 60 for a change now coming away from the 605 going over towards the 710, all that, that's good. So is the 10. And the 210, now it got off to a bad start. It was a problem at Grand that worked for a long time, slowing things down from the 57. Right now, 605 into Pasadena. Well, I think you'll be okay. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Ball, KFI in the sky.
If you want out of your house, moving, downsizing, you have financial issues, maybe you've inherited So you list it with a broker, and that means hours of cleaning and painting and repairing and paying big fees. So let me give you another way of doing it. You get a fair price without any of that. Buyer never walks through your house. There's never an appraisal, no commissions, and you can get paid in cash within 10 days or less if you need it. That's directbuyers.com. That's the company that Janet and Matt, brother and sister, own, and I love the way they do business. They'll never lowball you. They're just honest folks. And let me tell you, a lot of schmucks in this industry, and that's not what they are. They'll give you an honest, no-obligation offer and even offer a $15,000 cash advance before closing. Go to directbuyers.com. That's directbuyers.com. Call 844-242-SELL, 844-242-SELL, directbuyers.com.
Hi, it's Dr. Wendy Wells. You probably heard the term quarantine 15, but the actual average American gained 29 pounds. If your weight got out of control, it's time to call West Medical and experience the Da Vinci X. This ultra-minimally invasive robotic surgical system gives hyper-precision to weight loss surgery and a faster recovery, and it's covered by most PPO insurance. Set up a free same-day phone consult today. Call 1-800-WEST-MED or visit westmedical.com.
I feel incredible because I called 1-800-WEST-MEDICAL.
Results will vary depending on procedure selected and adherence to program.
Your KFI Financial Report is brought to you by Bay Alarm. The Dow is up 86, S&P up 4, NASDAQ down 19. Gold is $17.92 an ounce, and oil is $73.44 a barrel.
The KFI Money Report is brought to you by Bay Alarm, now offering virtual security consultations using your mobile phone. Visit bayalarm.com to get protected today.
Sunny and hot today with temperatures from the upper 60s to mid-70s at the beaches, 80s for Metro LA and OC. We've got a heat advisory in effect with highs in the mid-90s to low 100s for the valleys and EIE. Right now it's 65 in Laguna Beach, 67 in Yorba Linda, Pasadena, and in Santa Clarita. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Good morning. It's the Bill Handel Show with the morning crew. Bill's out today. Guess what's starting this hour for the Bill Handel Show? Oh, yeah. Coming up, a chance to win $1,000, so don't go anywhere. Some of the top stories that we're following for you here at KFI, in addition to that a chance to win $1,000 is coming up. We got a flex alert again for today, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Cal ISO would like you to do what you can to conserve that electricity, stabilize the electric grid, and also because, as Jennifer Jones-Lee pointed out, the big fires in Northern California and Oregon might. Is it, and is it correct to say might? They're not 100% sure that this will disrupt supply, but they have a strong concern that it might?
Yeah.
Or they know that it'll disrupt?
They say that this fire has disrupted the flow.
All right, so it's not just speculative.
And I think it's 10%, if I remember correctly from the story that I read.
Okay, so we're going to be...
lot.
Yeah, that is during a heat wave,
Yeah.
for sure. Anyway, so that flex alert is coming. And Pfizer says it's going to meet with top U.S. health officials to discuss its request to get authorization to have everybody who wants one get a third dose of their vaccine as a booster shot. All right, everybody's waving goodbye to L.A. Mayor Eric Garcetti. And articles out the wazoo are being written about like, oh, Garcetti leaves the city with these problems, or Garcetti leaves the city having accomplished this and that. And this is all because, as was expected, President Biden has nominated Eric Garcetti to be the U.S. ambassador to India. Because who do you need to be the ambassador to a country that is facing some very, very big challenges, but a guy who has faced very big challenges and failed every one of them? So here's the thing, though. Why is everybody already writing his goodbye? Did he quit? Because he doesn't have the job yet. The way it works, the president doesn't just get to go, you're the ambassador to India, pack your bags. He's got to be confirmed by the Senate. Do we think the Senate is going to make a top priority of having confirmation hearings about whether Eric Garcetti could be the ambassador to India? I don't think so. They're still trying to do something with infrastructure. So it could be a very, very long time. So I don't know why we're saying goodbye to the guy. But let's play along with the premise that it's time to say goodbye to Mayor Eric Garcetti. Because they're already talking about, will they hold an election to replace him? Will the city council appoint an interim mayor to replace him? Will we just let Nuri Martinez, the head of the city council, serve as a temporary mayor, which is what would happen if they don't do one of the other two things? So, fine. Eric Garcetti is on his way out. Don't let the door of the city of Los Angeles hit you on your butt. And how did he do? Because another mayor is going to obviously have to take over, whatever the big problems are that we have in L.A. Well, let's see. What do you want to talk about first? Probably talk about the homelessness problem. Man, I went to a little event on Saturday, and so I drove through a part of the valley that I don't normally. So I'm coming down Victory Boulevard. All of a sudden, tents on the sidewalk. Not in an out-of-the-way, like, industrial section where it's tents, and then it's, some, like, auto body shop that's not even open. Right in front of a CVS. Probably 30 to 40 tents. On the sidewalk on Victory Boulevard in the Valley. So, here's the bottom line with homelessness. The problem is getting worse the more money that is spent on it. That's it. And also, the problem has turned into internal squabbling amongst homeless advocates. It's one thing to have, over here are people who want to help the homeless, and over here are, let's say, homeowners or business owners who don't want the ideas that the people who want to help the homeless have. You expect that. But now what we have is, here's a group of people, and they all claim that they want to help the homeless, that is job one for them, that is their priority, and they're yelling at each other because some people want long-term housing with supportive services, and then other people say, you're spending too much money on that. We need temporary emergency housing now. So even the homeless advocates can't agree on where all this money should be spent. Then you have Judge David O. Carter with his crazy orders that are causing chaos and trying to deal with the problem. The bottom line is millions and 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 tens of millions on top of those millions that I just mentioned have already been spent. And it is crystal clear that the problem is worse. It's not even that we spent all that money just to hold it at bay. It's clearly worse. It's significantly worse. And Garcetti was like, "Look at me, man. I'm gonna do something about this problem. We're gonna get $1 billion that we're gonna throw at this problem in 1 year." And just it's not working out. You see little success stories here and there where they open a little tiny home community somewhere, and you get a tour, and it looks great. It looks nice, but it's like, and we're going to be able to house 80 people. Oh, okay. So we only need to build like 80,000 more of these things. By the way, that math may not work out properly. I don't want to hear from anybody. 80,000 times 80 is whatever it is. 640,000. We don't have 640,000 or 640 million homeless people, so you don't know what you're talking about. I can see that coming a mile away. Alex, I'm torn. I'm torn between continuing to go through the other big problems that Garcetti is leaving in his wake, or just everybody agrees there's other big problems that he also didn't fix, and moving on to the next thing. You're the producer of the show. Please issue audibly your decision now.
I'm enjoying you right now, so I think we should carry on with this.
All right, more about how he failed up to an ambassadorship in India. By the way, well, never mind. I'll save my entreatment to the Senate for when we come back. Also, when we come back, it'll be your chance to win $1,000. Right after a news update from Jennifer Jones-Lee. It's KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Death Valley reached a record 130 degrees for only the 5th time in recorded history. That happened on Friday, but it still has a chance to break records this week. Billionaire Richard Branson says going to space was more magical than he ever imagined. He took a historic flight in his own Virgin Galactic rocket ship yesterday. And the newest Marvel movie is breaking records. It was Black Widow pulled in an estimated $80 million in ticket sales over the weekend. We'll take a look at your drive with VKFI in the sky and the 105 next.
Neil Saavedra here. About 3 years ago, my wife and I called American Vision Windows. They installed gorgeous French doors for us, changed the flow of our home, added architectural appeal. The next project they're doing, our kitchen windows. We can't wait. Their work is meticulous. It's outstanding. I recommended them to my brother, Craig, and now he and his family have a lovely window-encased patio. Added 150 sunny square feet to their home. We all know Bill and Kathleen's story. They had a horrible experience replacing their own windows. They started their own company. Fast forward 20 years later, they continue to beautify homes like mine with personal care, complete professionalism, and attention. CSLB number 778326. Give you and your home the gift of light, warmth, and beauty. Trust the window company my family trusts. American Vision Windows. You'll see the difference. Call American Vision Windows today for that free estimate, 888-226-9908. That's 888-226-9908. Or for specials, visit AmericanVisionWindows.com.
Staples Connect has amazing prices for everything on your back-to-school list. Right now, 8 packs of Pep Rally No. 2 pencils, Staples pencil cap erasers, and Staples comp books are just 50 cents each. Offer ends 9/18/21. Pencils available in-store only. Offers may vary online. Staples.
SoCal weather from KFI, sunny and hot with temperatures from the upper 60s at the coast to the low 100s inland. This report is brought to you by your Staples stores. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. Let's take a look at the 105.
Yeah, we'll sure can make it easier. It's a slow job, that's for sure. Now, coming away from the 605 now, West 105, still okay. Everybody's moving until you get to the 710, but that's where the crawl starts, really. Through about Wilmington, then again from before the 110, out through about Crenshaw. Unfortunately, it's kind of a normal pattern, so gotta have a little extra time to make that drive. The eastbound side's looking good. Orange County now, North 5 around Culver Boulevard, excuse me. A little bit of ministry coming up to CHP. We'll check that out for you. Eastbound interchange, we're all still on the slow side, that's for sure, but nothing too serious on any of the transitions. However, a problem right in the middle of downtown Los Angeles now, southbound Harbor Freeway at 4th. A bit of a problem there coming to CHP. It's got the 110 slow, actually, coming down from Dodger Stadium. Quick look at the 210, not too bad. It's still kind of soft from the 605 in towards about Santa Anita. Then things will improve. Injured in an accident, visit SuperwomanSuperLawyer.com. Jeff Ball, KFI in the sky.
This report is sponsored by Amtrak. Amtrak. Whether you're craving a breath of fresh mountain air, an exciting new adventure, or just some free babysitting from Grandma, Amtrak can get you there. With more than 500 destinations across the country, everything you're missing, just an Amtrak away.
You've got summer plans, and Toyota's got the perfect vehicles to take you there. Head over to Toyota's We Make It Easy sales event to find great deals on some of our best-selling models, like the bold Camry, the versatile RAV4, and the rugged Tacoma. There's no better car, truck, or SUV to pack and haul all your gear to your favorite destination. New vehicles are arriving daily with more on the way. So see your Toyota dealer today or visit buyatoyota.com for all available offers.
Hi, I'm the guy that usually tells you about the great deals Toyota's got on their new cars. But today I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm letting you know that due to unprecedented demand, your Toyota dealer actually wants to buy your used car, truck, or SUV. Any make, any model, whether you buy a new Toyota or not. That's a lot less hassle than trying to sell it yourself. So turn your used car into cash at your Toyota dealer. We make it easy. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey, it's Gary. You're a homeowner like me, right? And chances are you have a stucco house. Well, I've thought about replacing windows, but because it's stucco, I don't want to be stuck with a bad installation. Here to tell us more, the one and only potato chip guy, Aaron, the founder of California Deluxe Windows.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Listen, what advice do you have for someone in a stucco house looking for new windows?
It doesn't matter how nice the window is if it isn't installed correctly. Ever notice when your neighbors get new windows, there is a large black eye of broken stucco, uneven plaster, and mismatched paint left around them? We call it ring around the window.
I know ring around the window. I see it all the time. These people get new windows, but the house looks worse after the installation.
We never leave a ring around the window. Why? Because we are one of the only companies in California that custom crafts every window and door to your home's exact measurements.
Yeah, but doesn't every window company make its own windows?
No, they don't. Almost everyone else in California is a distributor. They grab a window from a warehouse, break open your walls, shove it in, and patch things up. At California Deluxe Windows, each window is custom made specifically for your home in our factory. We take pride in our work. Our installation technique is so precise, we do not break your stucco. Your house could be covered with potato chips, and we wouldn't crack one.
There they are. There are the potato chips. Are your windows affordable?
You will be surprised at how affordable they are, because they are designed, manufactured, and installed all by the same people. No one else in California can say that.
All right. I also have here that you are offering a special deal for our listeners. Pick up your phone right now. Aaron will give you 20% off your entire order and 1 year of interest-free financing.
But you have to call right now.
You heard the potato chip guy. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Call California Deluxe Windows right now. 800-846-5700. 800-846-5700. That's 800-846-5700.
Certain terms and conditions apply. CSLB number 774518.
Sign on the line 8 DBH for mortgages, a fair housing lender. NMLS 1626699.
Some wild things happened in home lending while we were filling in for Handel. The government came out with a new program for homeowners that may have missed out on the lowest rates in lending history.
The government enacted a program just days ago giving homeowners relief on refinancing their homes this very minute.
It's called Refi Now, and millions of homeowners are eligible. You can call True Mortgage, 866-33-FASTER, or go to TrueNow.com right now. See if you qualify for this government program.
Here's the thing, it literally takes less than 5 minutes to see if you qualify. This program has one of the biggest government breaks regarding mortgage qualification guidelines ever.
It's true, credit requirements have been loosened by the federal government and rates have been reduced even lower, even for those who are self-employed.
If you're a homeowner and missed out on the lowest rates or couldn't refi, this is your time, but do it today before the program runs out.
Give them a call, 833-66-FASTER, or go to TrueNow.com, 833-66-FASTER, or dial pound 250 and say True Mortgage. That's pound 250, True Mortgage. Mike Bonin did not specify where the housing is.
He said that he and his office have identified some permanent housing vouchers.
So if you're like 23 and you're having a hard time putting rent together, get yourself a tent, get out there to Venice, and then when they're like, would you like a house or a hotel room, you'll be like, yes, thank you.
Sure, why not?
Gary and Shannon, weekdays at 10 a.m.
When can I move in?
on KFI.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. It's the Bill Handel Morning Crew Show. Bill's out today. Before we get back into the many successes of Eric Garcetti, I couldn't even do it with a straight face. It is, as promised, your chance to win $1,000.
KFI has your chance to win $1,000.
Text the nationwide keyword
LOVE, L-O-V-E, to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info.
Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest.
That's LOVE to 200-200.
If you win, you'll get a call. That'll be a number you don't recognize. You've got to answer it, because otherwise they will move on to the next person. And if you don't win this time, that's all right. Happens again next hour and all throughout the day, starting at 5:20 in the morning. That's with Jennifer Jones-Lee and Wake Up Call. It goes all the way to 6:20 in the evening with Tim Conway Jr. Now, Eric Garcetti's been nominated to be the ambassador to India, and basically everyone's acting like that's it, he's gone. So we're looking at his legacy. The homelessness thing can be distilled very simply into The more money we throw at it, the worse the problem gets. And the more money that is made available, the more infighting amongst homeless advocates themselves. So, boom, utter failure. Public transportation. Here's at the same dynamic. You know, there was that big transportation tax, Measure M. It's generating a lot of money. And the MTA, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, is building a bunch of stuff. They're building new rail lines in LA. They're building rail lines out on the west side, all over the place. Fewer people are using the public transportation. So isn't that interesting? It's the same dynamic. The more money you throw at it, the less success you have. Not to mention you also have infighting going on. The more money that's available, the more that people, if there wasn't a lot of money, then everybody who wanted public transportation would get together. They would go, what's the best use of this money? What is our best shot to use this money to increase public transportation and reduce reliance on cars? And they'd all be on the same page because there'd be a finite number of resources in their minds, right? Once you start wildly expanding the amount of money available, then it turns into factions because everybody goes like, oh, there's so much money, we want ours, we want as much of it as we can get. So you have infighting going on there. For example, should there be more buses as opposed to should there be more commuter rail, right? Which is interesting too because there's a lot of class warfare underlying some of these big issues. You know, who uses commuter rail? Generally, people with good jobs who live out, in the suburbs who commute in. Who uses buses? Generally, people with lower paying jobs who live, like in the city proper. So that's a big debate going on. That's another failure. And then this is not so much about money, but this whole thing about what to do with LAPD. Remember, they want to remake LAPD. They want to have a new kind of LAPD where basically you'd have fewer officers. You would take away from the police department the responsibility to respond to certain kinds of incidents. Maybe traffic violations wouldn't be a police officer anymore. It'd be some unarmed, just city employee that would pull you over for a speeding ticket. So, okay, but guess what? Homicides are way up. Shootings are way up. So, probably not the time to cut back on policing. So there's another thing. Now, this isn't the dynamic of you throw more money at a thing and it gets worse. This is a dynamic of you forget why we have police, and so you start to act like we don't need them. But he's presided over this by indulging one side who seems to have lost sight of why we need police, and at the same time not being able to be a leader in terms of doing anything in the community to try to tamp down this massive spike in violence. So listen, I hope he's confirmed because that's where he belongs. Eric Garcetti is a guy who looks good on camera, who sounds smart if you're dumb, and he absolutely is perfect for a figurehead position with no actual relevance to our daily lives. It's the perfect place for him. I hope he gets it. Please, in the Senate, don't try to turn this into anything. Just confirm the guy and get him out of our hair. All right, we'll get some news from Jennifer Jones-Lee, and then all across Florida and the whole country, cities, counties, states, condo associations are rethinking when and how do you re-inspect buildings. You'll be surprised what the current standards are. KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
Record-breaking heat has 8 states now.